Jay here, Stretford, Paddock. This is the Paper Talk. As you can see, I'm in the studio. We are live, so make sure you get involved in the chat and the comments. We're going to be talking about all things Manchester United and all things Ruben Amorim. We have been Ruben Amorim TV for the last 2 weeks, and that is going to continue for the foreseeable future. Although we do have other stories that aren't just focusing on Manchester United's new manager. Make sure you are hitting that like button, please, people. Good to see the usual suspects already in the chat. Colin Coupleditch, Robert Tater, Ryan Martin, BMW Racing 1974, Patrick Mulford, Santa Notch, James Barry, Boney245 says, morning Jay, shiny Friday, our kid. It's slippy out there, isn't it? Eh? I'll tell you what, I nearly went flying near my house this morning when I was walking into work or walking to the bus stop. Yeah, it was a bit of a nightmare, so be careful out there, people. Let's talk about Manchester City, because even though I don't like talking about him, there's this thing going on, right, where City are trying to change the sponsorship rules, and then there was going to be a vote on it, and we weren't sure which clubs were going to vote which way. There was talk that actually City could get the backing that they needed, but then Martin Ziegler, he tweeted yesterday, growing confidence among some clubs that City will fall short in bid to block vote on sponsorship rules. Clubs likely to change their mind. And then it says here this morning, Premier League clubs vote through associated party rule amendments, defeat for Manchester City. Now, I looked at that and I thought, any sentence that has the words defeat for Manchester City seems good to me, but I didn't know what it meant, because I get very bored very quickly when I hear about Manchester City and suing the Premier League or rules breaking or whatever. I just think, just tell me when something's happened. Yeah, tell me when they've been punished or they haven't. I'm not that bothered, but we've got a bit of an explanation here. So this is long and complex. We're not going to go through the entire thread here, because it's a mega thread from Magic Hat. But it basically says here, earlier this year, Man City made a legal challenge against the Premier League associated party transaction rules. So this is all part of PSR. City pushed back on it. They wanted, to sort of mount a challenge to it. It felt a bit tit for tat. The Premier League obviously taking action against City. City pushing back, taking action against Premier League. The Premier League there, it says, is understood to have feared clubs could circumvent the rules if they had sufficient legal power. All very interesting. However, we don't need to go through all that, because we'll be here all day and nothing sort of disinterests me more than talking about Manchester City. It looks like that's not going to happen. Certainly not the way Manchester City wanted it to happen anyway, in terms of their legal challenge. We'll see if there's any developments. We'll keep you posted if you indeed care, or you can keep me posted, because I'm losing enthusiasm for this story already. Let's talk about something a bit more relevant, a bit more happier. Ruben Amorim. So Ruben Amorim, you see here from Melissa Reddy on Sky Sports, an inside look at the new Manchester United boss's first week in charge. Everything's really positive, in it. You can just move that thing out of the way so I can see it. Yep. Melissa Reddy from Sky, they've been doing a bit of a sort of behind the scenes look at what's been going on. Everything has been positive vibes. The players are responding. He's happy. Coaching staff are getting on with everyone. It's all just been, we all love it. We've been here before, though, haven't we? Let's be honest, we have. We had a similar thing-ish with Erik ten Hag. But I will say this about Ruben Amorim. The one big difference that I can see immediately between Erik ten Hag and Ruben Amorim is with the media. Ruben Amorim just looks a lot more comfortable in press conferences, in interviews, meeting people. He just seems a lot more chilled out entertainer. He does. He seems like he's enjoying it a lot more than Erik ten Hag did. Erik ten Hag was fine. We was in press conferences with him. I'm not saying there was an issue there, but there was at times he felt like it wasn't his cup of tea doing the media side of things. He'd rather just get on the training pitch and do that sort of stuff, or get into his tactics. Ruben Amorim looks completely at home with it all. That's the biggest difference I've spotted. Let me know what you think. Sid the Whistle says, loved Off the Bar. Yeah, if you've not checked it out, go and check out Off the Bar this week. We had myself, Adam McCall, Joe Smith and Stephen Howson on it, all four of us, and it was a good laugh. We did some outrageous predictions, yeah? We did like sort of wild takes. So some of them were less wild than others. Some of my ones were, quite frankly, ludicrous. But go and check that out after this video, of course. Ruben Amorim, right, he's done an interview with Gary Neville. So you can see it. This is my place. The smile of both Gary Neville and Ruben Amorim's face when the Manchester United coach said this, or head coach, I should say, said this. So you can see that interview, that clip there on X. is about a minute long. Yet Sky, I think, have been releasing like minute-long interview clips from the interview. It's really weird. I've not seen it yet, and forgive me, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've not seen a fully, a long one. It's literally like there's one there on the Sky Sports YouTube. There's one, sorry? One clip, sorry. There's one clip so far of like a minute. So we're waiting for the actual, the extended version, the full version, the director's cut. So when that drops, we can maybe get into that. But we've had an interview with Ruben Amorim, obviously, for United. We spoke about that during the week. So he has spoken to the club. He's now spoken to Gary Neville for Sky Sports. We've only had a short clip from that. At the minute, it feels like we're feeding off scraps, doesn't it? Like we've had a couple of clips from training and we've had a couple of interviews, but nothing major. Obviously, the big sort of test will be on Sunday for the Ipswich game. We're going to be previewing that later on. Finn's coming in for an Academy scoop, so we'll be getting into all that. Faraz Khan says, Jay, if you interview Ruben, would you refer to him as Sir, even though he's younger than you? How you doing, sir? You okay? Yeah, I could do that. Yeah. I feel like you'd have to be slightly respectful. I don't, mate. How you doing, mate? You good? How you doing, bro? You okay? Yeah. How you doing, sir? Yeah, I could do, sir. What do you reckon? Maurice Marshall says, morning, Jay. Good to see you. Joe Racing Cowboy says, good afternoon, everyone. It might be afternoon where you are. S. Madison says, time of press conference. I think it's 2 p.m, I think. Today, the presser from Ruben Amorim. So looking forward to seeing him facing the media as Manchester United manager. I'm sure he'll be fine. Or Manchester United head coach. When we get more info on that interview, when we get more stuff from it, we'll keep you posted. Make sure as well, people, you are hitting that like button, please. Let's get to 200 likes. We've only got, 70 yet? And there's 700 people watching. That's not good enough. Verti Joe says, Ruben has just joined and hasn't had any issues come to light the club that he's been asked about. I mean, it's been all sunshine and rainbows so far, hasn't it? But obviously, it's easy when we've not played a competitive match yet. Let's talk about some nonsense. Team Talk are saying that Man United to receive offer for Anthony as Amorim gets ruthless and link up with ex-Arsenal Liverpool stars awaits. So Anthony bid inbound. A European side have determined they will make a loan offer for Manchester United winger Anthony in January. Both the players and Ruben Amorim's stance on the move has been revealed by a report. I don't think any of that's true. I'm sorry. You know my thoughts on Anthony. I don't want to keep going on about him. I wouldn't be surprised if he left, and I don't really rate him. I'm happy to be proven wrong if he turns it around. But according to this, is this a sport? That he could be heading to Besiktas, they're saying. So we'll see what happens that one. I don't think there's anything in that. I think the manager is going to wait and see with his players. I think he'll want to see them in a match. He's already used Anthony in training, obviously. He was part of that 3-4-3 or 3-4-2-1 set up in training. We saw footage of the other day. So I'm not sure he's heading to Besiktas in January. We'll have to wait and see. You may disagree, but I'm not putting too much weight in that Team Talk article. Glenn F says, Houser sorry, no, he doesn't say that. I'm lying. Housen is a misery ass, I have to say it. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jay. Though watching him in the bar off the bar yesterday, I saw him nearly laugh right then. He's not. He's actually, you ever watch the Brew, he's a good laugh today. I think he plays on the idea that he's miserable. He's not that miserable, to be honest with you. Sometimes he can, but it depends who he's with. We've done that one. This 6-man shortlist, forget that. No, sorry. Go on, stick it up. You've done it now, haven't you? It's not your fault. So this is from the Evening News. Ruben Amorim's 6-man transfer shortlist at Man United, as Victor Gyökeres statement made. Who's on this list? Go on, scroll down. Tell us who's on it. So who've we got here? Right, keep going. Stop when you see some players. Who's on it? Who's on this list? Oh, there we go. Some ads. That's what you need. More ads. Is anyone there?
It'd be easier if it was bullet point.
Hey, is the list in the room with you now? Oh, there we go. Ousmane Diomande is there. There's one for you. Alphonso Davies is another one there. Jared Branthwaite is another one. Any more? Gyökeres is there. That's 4. Have we missed anyone? Keep going. Have we got any more? Any more? Oh, there you go. Giovanni Quanda. Is that 5? Randall, Kolo Muani. Right, I'm gonna put my neck on the line and say out of that 6-man shortlist, we won't get at least 5 of them. We might end up getting Gyökeres in the summer. Might. I don't think any of the others will end up coming to Manchester United. Who knows though? Who knows? Alphonso Davies, there could be something in that. Let's talk about Joshua Zirkzee. We've not spoke about him leaving for about 12 hours. So this is according to Italian newspaper La Stampa. Yeah? Which, I don't know about you, but I always go to La Stampa for my Italian news. Man United's summer signing Joshua Zirkzee has decided to leave the club despite only moving to Old Trafford in the summer transfer window. Right, so he's had enough. Yeah? He's scored his goal. He's had his games. He's done. The new manager's come in. He don't care. He wants to leave. I'm joking. I don't believe any of this. They're saying that he wants to go because he can't cement a place in the team. There's a lot of rumours and speculation about Joshua Zirkzee right now. You've got to wait and see. I know that people have been underwhelmed with his performances. He hasn't exactly set the world alight since he's come to Old Trafford, but it is very, very early. So I'm going to wait and see. So I wouldn't worry just yet if I was Joshua Zirkzee about his form. I think he can turn it around. Yes, it's not been great, but he's played 17 games for Manchester United. Sometimes you need a bit longer. Well, you always need a bit longer. And I've seen some of the best players I've ever seen play for Manchester United who've got off to a worse start than Joshua Zirkzee, believe me. So I wouldn't worry too much. Let's see how the season pans out. John Neal, good to see John in the chat. Morning, Jay. Morning. John and the legend Alex Neal, big fans of them and their work as well. Andrew says, morning, Jay. Glad the light is not on behind you. Give you that extra shine. Thank you. Ben Nicholson says, morning, Mr. Motti. Glenn F says, cheers, Jay. I take it back. My apologies. Mr. Stephen Howson, yeah, he's all right. Bill O'Reilly says, head coach is a great title for an on-the-grass leader. Yeah, it is. Rune says, Diego Forlan didn't cut it, and look at his career. Didn't cut it. Cult hero, Diego. He put the ball in the Scousers' net and all that. Do you remember that, Anfield? Let's have a look at Ineos's plans. Ineos in red alert, as target deemed one of the best in the world, makes intriguing Premier League admission. What's he saying? Manchester United keeping a close eye on the situation of 2 world-class Bayern Munich stars poised to become free agents. The first is Alphonso Davies. I mentioned him earlier. We mentioned him on Paddock Live the other night. Something could happen. Elsewhere, former Man City talisman Leroy Sané is being linked with a return to the Premier League. Right. I'll be honest with you, I am not a fan of Leroy Sané. I'm not. I know he's very skillful, he's talented and all the rest of it. I just don't think he's all that. I don't. And you might have some numbers you're going to throw at me now. I'm going, look at these goals and assists, Jay. Look at what he's won. Look at all the rest of it. I didn't think he was that great at City, if I'm being honest. I thought he was all right. And the few times I've seen him at Bayern Munich in big games, I don't think he's turned up in the way he should. So I wouldn't have Leroy Sané at United. And don't give me this, oh, he's better than Anthony drivel. That's not how it works. If you're going to bring in a winger, you want someone who's going to come in and help you in the Premier League. Now, I know he was at Manchester City and had success there, but everyone has success at Manchester City, sorry. Gabriel Jesus had success at Manchester City. Is he great? No. So I'm not a big fan of Leroy Sané. I would have Alphonso Davies at United every day of the week and twice on a Sunday, but not for me with Leroy Sané. Get involved in the chat. Phobos Taco Man says Sané is mediocre. Vertigo says, I'd have Sané over Anthony any day of the week. I just said, right? That's not how it works. There's lots of players that might be better than Anthony, but we want players that are not just better than Anthony, we want players who are going to get us right at the top of that table, and I don't think Leroy Sané is the guy. S. Madison says, Sané not for me, he's moody and an ex-City. We did that, didn't we? The old moody ex-City winger. How did that work out for us? Jason Sanchez, anyone? Rodders 007 says, bring back Welbeck. Finally, someone talking a bit of sense. Vertigo says, if he's available for free, it's not going to cost anything. It does, though. It costs you wages, and also that's someone else you've got to keep happy and who's ahead of others in the pecking order or whatever. For me, now, United, when buying players, we've got to be looking at players that are really going to push us to the top. And also, this idea, he's a free agent. If you bring him in, he's going to come to United, he's going to expect minutes. He is. And I don't think he's that great. You may disagree, as Vertigo does, fair enough. Akash K says, I would be shocked if Zirkzee left now. I would be. S. Madison says, Amorim will play Zirkzee as one of the 10s. Maybe. He has 2 10s, doesn't he? Ruben Amorim. We've seen it already in training. Maybe Joshua Zirkzee. Because doesn't he call himself a 9.5 Joshua Zirkzee? Maybe that works. We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you to everyone who's got involved in the chat and the comments. Make sure you're hitting that like button. We're going to be back later on today with The Brew. We've got a special guest coming in for The Brew as well. So don't forget to hit like, share and subscribe. Just before we go, actually, we've got some Christmas merchandise. I'm going to put a little link in the chat there for you. So if you've got a Christmas jumper, now's the time to order it. Stretford Paddock Christmas merchandise. Go and check it out. There's a link in the chat there. Don't forget to hit like, share and subscribe. I'm Jay Moyer. This has been The Paper Talk. Thanks for watching.